Dubai has almost no oil. Less than 5% of the Emirates' economic output today comes from oil. The reserves that do exist are expected to run out within 2 decades. And yet, in 2024, Dubai International Airport handled more international passengers than any other airport in the world. The port of Jebel Ali is among the 10 busiest container ports on the planet. The Burj Khalifa stands taller than any building ever built. 75 years ago, this was a fishing village of pearl divers, with no electricity and no paved roads. Today, it is one of the most influential city-states in the global economy, and it has been built almost entirely by one family, the Al Maktoums. This is the story of how a single dynasty turned a stretch of desert into a global hub for trade, finance, aviation and tourism, without the resource that built almost every other Gulf state. Dubai has almost no oil reserves to speak of. So how did it become richer than 80% of the world's countries? Drop your best guess below. The Al Maktoums did not come from nobility. They came from a small breakaway tribe, the Al Bu Falasa, which left Abu Dhabi in 1833 and settled in a creekside village called Dubai. There were fewer than 1,000 people there. The economy was pearl diving and trade with India. For the next century, the family ruled this village quietly. They were merchants first, sheikhs second. The transformation began with one man. Sheikh Rashid bin Saeed Al Maktoum became ruler of Dubai in 1958. He understood something his neighbors did not. The pearl industry had collapsed in the 1930s when Japan invented cultured pearls. Oil had been found in Abu Dhabi, but Dubai's reserves were small and would not last. So Rashid bet on something else: infrastructure, trade, logistics. He dredged Dubai Creek to allow larger ships. He built the Jebel Ali port, at the time the largest man-made harbour in the world. He created free zones decades before anyone else in the region offered them. It was a deliberate strategy. While neighbouring Emirates extracted oil, Dubai built the infrastructure that the rest of the world would need to move goods through the Gulf. Rashid had 4 sons: Maktoum, Hamdan, Mohammed, and Ahmed. Maktoum, the eldest, became ruler when Rashid died in 1990, but the son who scaled the strategy was the third one, Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. He was appointed Crown Prince in 1995. 11 years later, when his older brother died, he became ruler of Dubai and Prime Minister of the United Arab Emirates. By then, the system he was about to expand was already running. The legal foundation of Dubai's economy is unusual. Under the laws of the emirate, the ruling family owns all undeveloped land. When Sheikh Mohammed opened Dubai's property market to foreign buyers in 2002, that single decree triggered one of the largest real estate booms in modern history. The state and the family are not separated the way they would be in Western economies. They are integrated by design. Sheikh Mohammed sits at the top of 2 parallel structures. As ruler of Dubai and Prime Minister of the UAE, he is head of government. As majority owner of Dubai Holding, reportedly holding around 99.67% of the company, he is also head of one of the largest private conglomerates in the region. Dubai Holding controls the Jumeirah Hotel Group, including the Burj Al Arab. It controls T-Com, which operates Dubai's free zones. It controls major real estate across the city. In parallel, Dubai World, created by his decree in 2006, controls DP World, one of the largest port operators on the planet, and Nakheel, the developer behind the Palm Islands. And then there is the Emirates Group, state-owned, profitable, operator of the 4th largest airline in the world by international passenger traffic. The Emirates Group is run by Sheikh Mohammed's brother, Ahmed bin Saeed Al Maktoum, who has chaired it since 1985. Across these structures, decision-making remains tightly held within the family. The designated successor, the Crown Prince of Dubai, is Sheikh Mohammed's son Hamdan, also known by his pen name Fazza. Hamdan was appointed Crown Prince in 2008. He is a poet, an extreme sports enthusiast, and has more than 15 million followers on Instagram. In 2023, he was also appointed Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Defense of the UAE. He is, in many ways, the modern public face of the dynasty. To understand the scale of what this family has built, it helps to look at the numbers. Dubai's gross domestic product reached approximately $115 billion in 2023. That is roughly the same size as the economy of Hungary, in a city of about 3.7 million people. The city's economic output is now driven by 4 sectors: trade and logistics, anchored by Jebel Ali Port and DP World; aviation, anchored by Emirates Airlines and the global hub at Dubai International Airport; financial services, anchored by the Dubai International Financial Centre, a free zone with its own English-language commercial law system, which has attracted hundreds of international banks and asset managers; and tourism, anchored by Jumeirah Hotels, the Palm Islands, and Dubai's emergence as the most visited city in the world by international tourist arrivals in 2024. None of this happened by accident. In 2023, Sheikh Mohammed launched the Dubai Economic Agenda, known as D33, a 10-year plan to double the size of the Emirates economy by 2033 and to position Dubai among the top 3 global cities for economic competitiveness. Public estimates of Sheikh Mohammed's personal wealth range from roughly $14 to $18 billion. These figures are almost certainly conservative because in Gulf monarchies, the line between sovereign wealth and family wealth is not drawn the way Western accounting draws it. What is clear is that the Al Maktoum family has built an economic structure that does not depend on the resource cycle that defines almost every other Gulf state. They built a system that runs on flow: goods through the port, passengers through the airport, capital through the financial center, tourists through the hotels. As long as those flows continue, the system continues. If you're following the structure of this analysis, hit the like button. It pushes this video to people who want to understand how power and capital actually work in the modern economy. Most modern dynasties are held together by shareholders, boards, and contracts. The Al Maktoum family is held together by something older. Sheikh Mohammed has been married to multiple wives over decades. He is reported to have at least 25 children, several of whom hold senior positions across the family's economic and political structure. Sheikh Hamdan, the Crown Prince, holds defense and a portfolio of investment vehicles. His brother Sheikh Maktoum bin Mohammed serves as Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Finance of the UAE. Other family members head the Dubai Future Foundation and various sovereign-linked investment entities. In a Western corporate structure, governance, succession, and capital flows are separated by law. In the Al Maktoum structure, all 3 flow through the same family network. That has produced extraordinary execution speed. Decisions that would take years in a publicly listed company are made in weeks. The system absorbs friction without fragmenting, and the economic flow continues. The most consequential question facing the Al Maktoum dynasty is not about the past, it is about who comes next. Sheikh Mohammed is 76 years old. The transition to the next generation is no longer a hypothetical. Sheikh Hamdan, the Crown Prince, has been actively running an expanding portfolio of state and economic responsibilities since 2008. In 2024, he was appointed to chair the Executive Council of Dubai, which oversees the day-to-day governance of the emirate. Hamdan's profile differs from his father's in important ways. He is more publicly accessible. He has positioned himself as a modern leader for a city that increasingly competes with Singapore, Hong Kong, and London for international talent. At the same time, the structure he is set to inherit has not changed. The land remains owned by the family. The holdings remain integrated. The decision-making remains concentrated. What has changed is the scale. Dubai today hosts more than 200 nationalities and operates one of the most influential trade infrastructures in the world. The next phase of the dynasty will not be about building Dubai. It will be about defending and expanding what has already been built. In a global economy that is becoming more fragmented, more regulated, and more competitive. The question is whether the same model that worked over the last 75 years still works for the next 25. The Al Maktoum story is, in many ways, the most successful family-led economic transformation of the modern era, from a fishing village in 1833 to one of the world's most strategically positioned trade hubs by 2025. Sheikh Rashid laid the infrastructure foundation. Sheikh Mohammed scaled it into a global brand. Sheikh Hamdan is now preparing the next phase. This is what makes the Al Maktoum case different from most dynasties. It is not a story of decline. It is a story of compounding capability, where each generation has expanded what the previous one built. If you want to understand how power really works inside the world's most influential families, subscribe to the Dynasty Code. Next episode: a family built not on infrastructure or oil, but on fashion, image, and a mother who turned her daughters into global brands.